kitchen and welcome to the Recipe Therapist. I'm Celine and am I excited today because I'm participating in an open collaboration. This one is a holiday dessert inspiration collaboration and it's hosted by Mandy from Mandy In The Making. And she's asked us all to come up with a holiday dessert and explain why it's so special to us. Now, I am going to leave a link to Mandy's channel in my description box below, along with the playlist of all the other people that are participating in this inspiration collaboration. And today, I'm going to be making for you an Italian 2-cheese ricotta cheesecake. Now, I'm going to put some dusted cranberries on top with some mint leaves to make it look like sort of like a mistletoe as a garnish on the top of this cheesecake. I'm also going to show you how I'm going to put almost like a sour cream sweet glaze that goes on the top. Now, the reason why this cheesecake is so special to me is because when I was a little girl, my dad would take us over to Coney Island here in New York, and afterwards we would go to this restaurant called Randazzo's and we'd get this cheesecake. And it just kind of brings me back to those childhood memories. Now, I've kind of switched it up through the years. I'm kind of making it with a graham cracker crust. And like I said, that sour cream glaze on top. It's gonna be so delicious and I can't wait to share it with all of you. So let's get started. So let me show you what you're gonna need to make this delicious cheesecake. Come over here and take a look. We're gonna be using today a 9-inch spring foam pan here that's I've used for many, many years. It's my favorite cheesecake pan. And for the graham cracker crust, we're gonna be using some graham crackers. You can use honey, cinnamon, or regular, some powdered sugar, and some salted butter. Now, for the cheesecake part of our recipe, we're gonna be using some sour cream, full fat, some full fat ricotta cheese, and 2 blocks of cream cheese. We have 5 room temperature eggs, some granulated sugar, and some fresh squeezed lemon juice. Now, I'm gonna be using some vanilla bean paste. I got this from Trader Joe's, but you can swap it out with some vanilla extract if you can't find this. And I have a stick of salted butter for the cheesecake too, some cornstarch, and some flour. Now, for the top part of our cheesecake, we're gonna be using some fresh mint leaves to garnish it. And I'm gonna show you how we are going to frost these fresh cranberries. So our crumbs are all nice and ready. I have about 2.5 cups here of graham cracker crumbs, which equals 2 sleeves from the package. So now we're going to add the rest of our ingredients to make this graham cracker crust. So I have 1 stick of melted butter going in, and you see all that white frothy stuff? That is good stuff. Don't ever leave that out. That's like the salt part of the butter, and it's just so flavorful. So I'm gonna mix that up really quickly, just to get it like in there. And then I'm gonna add 1/3 of a cup of the powdered sugar. And this, guys, is such a nice addition to this crust. And that's it. It's so easy. I'm gonna mix it up and you're gonna see it's gonna come together really, really nice. So here is the base of our graham cracker crust. I pressed it hard into this pan and now it's ready to bake in the oven. I preheated my oven to 325 degrees and this is gonna cook for about 10 to 12 minutes and then we're gonna start on the cheesecake part of our recipe. So I have my 2 blocks, 8-ounce blocks of softened cream cheese in my mixing bowl. I'm gonna be using my KitchenAid mixer today and I'm gonna add the 1.5 cups of granulated sugar, and we have to cream these 2 together for about a minute or so. until they're nice and well combined. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that on like a medium speed. So it's been about a minute and a half, and this is looking perfect. So we want it to be fluffy like that. I'm just gonna get my rubber spatula. And now I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt. This is optional, but I really like it because it just enhances the flavors that are already going on in there. So I'm gonna take my 5 room temperature eggs and crack each one into this bowl. All right, and we're gonna begin to mix it for about 30 seconds, just until the eggs are incorporated. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna add the rest of our remaining ingredients except for the sour cream. This is what the batter looks like with the eggs incorporated. So now we're gonna add, it's real easy. We're just gonna add the rest of our remaining ingredients. So I have my 16 ounces of full fat ricotta going in, 3 tablespoons of flour, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1 stick of melted butter. It's important that the butter is melted. I'm gonna get that frothy stuff out again, guys. Don't leave that out, it's real good. And 1 tablespoon of fresh squeezed lemon juice. And I have my vanilla bean paste. Okay, and I'm gonna use my spatula for this because I don't wanna waste the drip of it. And this is gonna add such great flavor. And then I'm going to mix this until it's light and fluffy, about a minute and a half or so. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna fold in the sour cream. And that's it. So look at how nice and creamy and smooth this batter is. You might see a few lumps in there like that. That's because I didn't overbeat this mixture, because if you overbeat it, it could cause the cheesecake to crack. So I didn't really do that. And now at this point, we're ready to add our sour cream. So I have 8 ounces of sour cream that I'm gonna put right in like this. All right, and I'm not going to whisk this or beat this. I'm going to, again, because I don't want to overmix, I'm gonna just kind of fold it in like this. All right, and then we're gonna get ready to put it right into this cake pan. And then I'm gonna show you what's next. So look at our graham cracker crust. Do you see how it's nice and crispy on the edges? This is perfect. This is exactly what we want. So now I'm ready to take our batter and pour it right into my cake pan. All right, and I'm gonna go right in there like that. And I'm just gonna get it all out with my rubber spatula. All right, and this is looking really, really good. You can see those vanilla beans in there. This is gonna taste so good. And I'm going to take it now and I'm gonna smooth the top of it. Okay, because I want it to cook evenly. And I just want to give you a few tips. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put this into a water bath, okay? I'm gonna show you, I have a pan right here that I filled halfway with water, okay? And I'm going to take some foil right here. And what I want to do is take my foil, and I'm just gonna move this out of the way for a moment. And I'm probably gonna use 2 pieces. I wanna put my cake pan over the foil like this and kind of ride it up the sides like this. All right, I'm gonna do 1 sheet going vertical, and then I'm going to do like this. Because I'm gonna put this pan into this water bath, and what this is gonna do is this is going to make our cheesecake cook evenly and prevent it from cracking. It's okay if we have a crack or 2, but I just don't want like big cracks. And that's what I do usually. And I'm gonna fit it right into here, all right? And you can see, I don't know if the cameraman can get it, but it's like halfway filled. And this is perfect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook this at a low temperature at 325. I usually cook it for an hour and 15 minutes, but everybody's ovens are different. You may find that you have to cook it a little longer or a little less. We don't want to overcook it because that makes it crack. It should be jiggly on top when it's done, and the top might get a little dark before it's done. You can always cover it with foil, but we're going to check along the way. So I'm going to cook this at 325 for about an hour and 15 minutes. So while our cheesecake is cooking in the oven, let's start on those dusted cranberries that we're going to be putting on the top. So what I have in this bowl is a half a cup of granulated sugar, and I'm going to add a half a cup of water to this. I have it over a medium heat, and I'm just gonna stir this until it comes to a simmer and all of that sugar is dissolved. And then we're gonna get ready to add our bag of cranberries. You can see that the sugar water has come to a simmer, and you can see there's no remnants of the sugar in there, it's just water. So now I'm gonna add 12-ounce package of cranberries, and I'm going to turn off my heat, and I'm just gonna mix this, all right? And these are going to get nice and coated with this sort of like syrup that's in there. And these are going to sit overnight, and you're gonna see we're going to take them out tomorrow, and we're gonna get ready to put this beautiful dusting on them of sugar, and they're gonna be so beautiful for the top of our cheesecake. Cheesecake has been cooking for about an hour and 15 minutes, and I didn't have to cover it with foil. You can see that it's kind of jiggly on top. I'm going to test it with a toothpick just to make sure that it's not wet on the inside. If it comes out dry, then it's good. It looks like it's just a little wet, but I'd say about 2 more minutes, and then I'm going to take it out. So my cake cooked for about another 2 more minutes, and it's just perfect. It's golden brown, and you could see there's just like one little crack on the right side. So I'm going to let this cool on my island, and I'm gonna go around the sides with a knife just to loosen it from the edges so it doesn't crack any further as it cools. It's gonna go in the refrigerator, and we're gonna meet you back tomorrow, and we're gonna finish the top. So it's been 24 hours, and my cake is nice and set and cooled off. And I took it out of the spring foam pan, and look how beautiful it looks. I put it on this decorative dish, which I've intertwined some of this decorative Christmas ribbon, and this cake is done, and we're going to set it aside because now we're going to take our cranberries that have been in the refrigerator for 24 hours. And you see that nice syrup it made? I'm gonna save that syrup because I could use that for another time, make it into like, simple syrup and use it for another recipe. So what we have to do with these cranberries is just take our slotted spoon and drip off as much of the syrup as we can. And I have a cutting board here lined with a piece of wax paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and take all these cranberries out. See all those drippings? And these are going to dry off for about 20 minutes. They're gonna be till they're just slightly tacky from the syrup that's over them. And then we're gonna mix them in a bowl of some sugar to decorate the top of the cake. So we'll meet you back. So while our cranberries are drying off, I want to show you how to make that sour cream icing or glaze for the top of our cheesecake. It's so easy. So I'm going to take my full fat sour cream, about a cup's worth, okay? I mean, you could use a cup and a half, but I, usually eyeball it. This looks about right. A cup, okay? And then I have 1/3 of a cup of granulated sugar going in. All right. And 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And that's it. I mean, it's really, really easy. And it's going to add such flavor to this cheesecake, and it's gonna give us a nice white look to the cake instead of this, yellow look that the cheesecake has. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mix this, and then we're gonna get ready to put it on top of our cheesecake. Ready to take our cranberries, which it's been about 15-20 minutes, and they're very tacky. See how they're like almost sticking to my hands? See that? That's what we want. So what I do here now is I take a bowl, I put about a cup of granulated sugar. I'm using all natural sugar. You can use white granulated sugar, but this is what I have. And we're gonna I'm just gonna take a few in my hands and just put them right into this bowl. And we want to, dust them. And look at them. This is what they come out looking like. You see that? And these last for about 2 days. I'm going to put them right in this bowl here. And I'm going to use them as a garnish for this cake, but a lot of people use these for, cocktails. You could stick like 3 on a toothpick and line it on top of a nice, martini glass for the holidays or something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish these, and then we're gonna go back and decorate our cake. So here it is, friends, our delicious holiday cheesecake, all done and complete. I put 2 rows of the dusted cranberries with some mint leaves on their stems. And doesn't this look beautiful? This cheesecake is not only delicious, but it's such a beautiful showpiece for the holiday. I hope you found some inspiration from this recipe, and I hope you give it a try because it is a real good one. I want to thank Mandy from Mandy In The Making for hosting this collaboration. Thank you so much, Mandy. This was so much fun. And I want to remind you to look at the playlist that I'm going to leave below of all the other participants and their delicious holiday desserts that they're going to be sharing with all of you. Thank you so much for watching today. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and please consider subscribing. And we'll see you next time to serve up some more love. Merry Christmas. Take care.